now that you know how to go live and get yourself up there telling all your friends that you are online, let's talk about the formula for delivering your message in the best way possible. It will enable you to deliver a very powerful message no matter what the subject or the topic is. This was taught to me personally several years ago and has been very powerful in lectures, in Facebook Live videos, in preparing videos, in writing emails. We really hope that you take this and turn it into something valuable for yourself. Now remember, here at Zenoa, we want you to be yourself. We're giving you formulas. We're giving you ideas and strategies. However, we don't want to see you just become something you're not. We want you to take these ideas and harness them, utilizing them in a way that really fits your personality and allows you to share your unique message with the world. So let's now talk about this formula. Step 1, you want to identify what the point of your message is. What's the objective? The objective I'll be sharing with you in just a moment, and doing the full pitch from the beginning of the formula to the end of the formula is going to be 3 ways to improve your health when you feel like you're starting from square one. So when that video starts, I'm gonna really make sure they understand that's what I'm here to share with them. I have some 3 really powerful ideas for how they can get going again. They feel stuck, they feel frustrated, and that leads us into point number 2, which is empathize with your viewers. They need to know that you get their concerns, that you get the difficulties facing them. And oftentimes, especially where you're on a journey, you're going to know those very well because you're experiencing them as well. You might empathize with your listeners by saying, if you guys have struggled to get enough sleep because you have a never-ending list of to-dos, you have children or friends or whoever it be that's just demanding so much of your time, you're working late hours, you have the obligations of work and so many demands upon you. I get it because I've been dealing with that and it's hard. Now I want to share with you some ideas on how to get more sleep that I've been working on and honestly feeling great about. So you empathize with them and then you move on beyond that into point number 3. Point number 3, we want to present an analogy or a metaphor. Now this may take just a minute of thinking before you go live. So here is a metaphor I will use for my 3 ways to improve your health if you are feeling like you're starting over at square one. You know when you're on a road trip and you have a destination to get to and you are on your way, you've hit cruise control, but then something happens and all of a sudden you've got a flat tire, or all of a sudden you just run out of gas, or something happens that you have to stop your journey, you have to pull off on the side of the road and you don't know how to change your tire, or you realize you left something at home, you need to get gas and you are stuck, you are delayed in your journey and it's frustrating, you are losing time. You have to find solutions for where you're at. You need to get on YouTube and look how to put on that spare tire that's in your trunk that you never have. You need to call roadside assistance. You need to call a friend to maybe meet you halfway with the item you forgot at home. It's all about finding solutions. So just like if you were on a road trip and something like that happened, you would find solutions so you could make it to your destination. It's the same thing with your health. When you feel derailed, when life circumstances happen and you feel stuck, instead of just getting mad and saying, you know what, why even try? It's time to find some solutions and move forward so you can get going on that journey again to feeling great, feeling confident and alive in your body. And so here are 3 ideas on how you can do that. See how presenting an analogy or that metaphor, that visual, helped us understand a little bit more of what the point of this video was. It does wonders for preparing your audience's minds to receive your message. It's really great. And as you're sharing powerful messages, you are going to become known that you are someone who is fun to follow and to watch the journey. And that's the whole point, is that people recognize you as somebody in process of something spectacular and they want to join you in it. So once you've gone through what's the point of the video, you've empathized with your listeners, and now you've used a metaphor or an analogy to get them on board mentally, now you're going to provide your points. So for me, it will be point number 1 is going to be start eating your vegetables at every meal. Point number 2 is going to be connect with your body for 10 minutes a day, whether through stretching or walking or you can go ahead and put in that workout DVD you've been neglecting for a while, or go get the gym membership in 10 minutes even. You don't need to do some crazy big thing, just 10 minutes. And then point number 3 would be make sure you are downloading at least one mental discipline podcast or YouTube video per day so you can intentionally prepare your mind for a little more proactive living. Maybe you could think anywhere from 3 to 5 points is really good for the receiving of this information on the viewer's part. So the second to last part is where we translate this into real life. Have you experienced this? Do you have a story to tell that summarizes everything you've shared with these points? So for instance, I would probably say, guys, I actually experienced this just 2 weeks ago, or last week, or yesterday. And I was feeling like I had just gone back to square one. And I made these 3 things and I said, I'm going to do these. And let me tell you, today I'm feeling focused. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling like, okay, we're okay. We can get going again. We haven't sabotaged our health forever. And so I feel really good about it. Or I could use the example of my friend Janie, or I could use the example of my client Sophie, or whatever it be. But we want to really tell a story in that final point. That's where it brings the principle home. Last but not least, summarize. Summarize it all. What was the point of your video? You understand their concerns and difficulties, but they can overcome them, because think about it like this. And that's where you present the metaphor, the analogy, remind them of that. Next into the bullet points of what were those specific points that help us do better. What are those things that your journey that you're sharing with the world, what are those points to it? Then move into the story. Now, in the summary, you don't necessarily need to summarize the story again, but you could say, like Janie experienced, you too can do this, and I'm on this journey, you're on this journey. So I think this is just a wonderful time for us to all be working to apply these 3 things to keep us going when we are feeling stuck and like we're back at square one. So we just summarize it, bring it all back to the beginning, and then that's your exit. So you would say, thanks for being here, guys. I would love to connect with you. If you liked this, comment below. We'll talk about some of those other details that you can weave into your message in some later videos. But at that point, you have finished your formula, and congratulations, you just delivered a powerful message online. Let me now take you through the entire spiel of our formula in my unique way. I'll do it very short, encapsulated, but you'll get the gist of it. And what I want you to do is note at what point I'm on which section of the formula. Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I just wanted to share with you 3 ways that you can get focused again and really get your health going when you feel like you've been derailed and when you feel that you have gotten off track and you're starting back over at square one. Now, I know that you have felt that way before. I know I have felt that way so many times. And in fact, most people I talk to have experienced that a lot of times. And we can have every good intention in the world, and we can say we're doing better, and then life happens. And there we are, eating the Oreos, eating the milkshake, eating the burger and fries. And what happened to our healthy eating? So if you're feeling that way, I totally get you. But let's find some solutions together. See, it's really like if you were on a journey and you're trying to travel to some place, instead of like canceling your trip, let's say you got a flat tire along the way, instead of just canceling your trip and returning home, what are you going to do? You're going to find some solutions. You're going to call roadside assistance. You're going to look up on YouTube how to change that tire that maybe you've never done before and it's been a spare in your trunk or something like that. So don't give up just because you've hit a hard time. We want to keep moving and find solutions to get us to that destination. We get to a point where we can hit cruise control. So I have a few ideas to share with you on how to get going again. So the first one would be just start eating vegetables with every meal, even if it's not so good of a meal. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's a hot dog, maybe it's pizza, maybe it's a burrito from your favorite Mexican restaurant. Can you at least start with putting vegetables with that? That would be a great way to start getting these positive habits going again. The second idea I want to share with you is connect with your body for 10 minutes a day. Sometimes we put ourselves in a mental position where it's, I don't have time to go do a full workout. I don't have time. And so we play all or nothing thinking. And so we put it aside saying, I'll do it tomorrow. Well, instead of that way of thinking, let's connect, let's take that opportunity. 10 minutes, whether it's stretching, whether it is walking around the block, whether it is going up and down your stairs, whether it is pulling out that workout DVD and just setting your timer for 10 minutes and saying, okay, 10 minutes, I've done it, I've connected, let's move on with my life. Whatever that is, connect with your body for 10 minutes. And the final idea that I want to share with you on how to really get yourself going again when you feel like you are back at square one is to every single day look up a podcast episode or a YouTube video or positive quote, something that's going to get your brain focused on positive things, on intentional living, on finding solutions for mental discipline and motivation. And that will help keep yourself in a state of progression and in a state of intentional awareness. And that's half the battle in our health, is being aware of what we're doing and not just scapegoating it, saying, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, Monday, later when I have time. I mean, these principles, they work. In fact, just this morning, I was on the phone with somebody that I'm working with, and she was telling me how she has been working on these 3 principles, where she's been putting vegetables with every meal. She has been connecting with her body. She started out with 10 minutes a day. She's now up to 45 minutes a day. She's created that time in her schedule, but it had to start with those baby steps. And a lot of that came from her being intentional and looking up a podcast episode or a YouTube video at the beginning of her day so she could be focused, so she could be aware and intentional with her day. And she told me that she's feeling better than she has in months. She's feeling a lot more purpose. She's feeling in control of her life and a lot more optimistic. She feels like she's present for her children. She's not disconnected. She actually wants to be involved. She wants to communicate. She wants to serve. And she just told me how powerful it's been. And it started with those 3 baby steps. This is about you taking 3 little steps to move yourself forward when you're feeling like you're starting back at square one. So think about that. It's like the journey. Don't turn around and go home. Find solutions to keep moving forward. And so what were those 3 points? They were, you need to start eating vegetables with every meal. You need to connect with your body for 10 minutes a day. And last but not least, look up a podcast episode or a YouTube video or a positive quote, something to start your day with intention and positivity. So just like my friend that I was talking with this morning is experiencing, all of us, when we apply these 3 things, we're all gonna feel a little bit better, a little more intentional. And it's all about having just a brighter day and living a higher quality of life. So thank you for joining me for this video. And if you liked it, comment below. I would love to hear your feedback, your ideas. Do you have other suggestions? Love to hear them. And thanks for connecting with me here. You guys go have an amazing day, and I will talk to you very soon. Just like that, it can be very simple. Now, don't be afraid to even put up little notes. Using that 3x5 card will help you, because it can be very flustering. Sometimes you can get distracted. People are commenting and you don't want to lose the flow that you're in. So it can be helpful to put that up. So there is your formula for delivering a powerful message. Again, use the resources section with that list of ideas, and you will be amazed at how you can do this. So you may need to script out your first few videos, but after that, you'll start to get the hang of it. Here at Zenoa, we want you to not only be achieving that peace and that freedom in your life, but now you can become the catalyst to help so many people as well. And isn't that an amazing feeling? Now is the time to step forward with confidence, start learning the formula, start thinking what topics you can be sharing. And let's now move on to our next videos where we'll be talking about a little more interaction and utilizing this video in other ways.